Hi viewers, this is HP Fashions GY. We'll be learning on how to cut and sew a perfect yoke to our dress, okay? So this time around, we've gotten our front measurement and I'll be going down by 6.5 for the middle, then 5 inches for the side. And I'll take the same 5 inches, alright? So once that is done, I'll go ahead and take the shape of this, then cut it all out. Okay, this is actually for my front before cutting my bustier. All right, so I've gotten my yoke, then I'll go ahead and fold my net into two. All right, the net that I'll be using has a little bead on it, that's why I'll be folding into two. All right, then I will just place my pattern on it. I'll place the front pattern, the yoke I trimmed out at first. I'll place it on it, then I'll just make sure that everything is perfect, everything is good. If everything is perfect, all right, so I will be leaving like about 1 inch at the top of the net. All right, so if that is done and I'm certain, I'll go ahead and cut it all out. All right, so this is what I have now. I'll be shifting my main pattern upward, leaving about half an inch on top and half an inch under. Okay, so at this time around, at this point, I'll go ahead and trim up the one at the top. I'll go and trim it all out. I'll trim it out, okay, because I was actually supposed to fold my net into four, but because this net has a little bead on it, so I'll be using a plain net to do the turn up. All right, so at this point now, I'll fold my plain net into two as well and get exactly the same shape of it. So after arranging the net, I'll just go ahead and place the first net I got together with the pattern on top of the plain net and ensure that everything is perfect, everything is okay. Then if that is done and it's okay, I'll go ahead and take the shape of my net this time around, not the pattern. Okay, I'll go ahead and take the shape, exactly the shape, the way it is. All right, so you know it's a net, so I'm actually using some my scissors to support it so it won't roll down, but you can use anything to actually support yours. Okay, all right, so this is what I have at this point now. So I'll be placing my pattern on top of the two of them, on top of the boat. All right, you can use a pin to secure this while we take our neck measurement. I'll be using neck wideness of 3.5 for the front. I'm using a neck wideness of 3.5. All right, then depth of 3.5. Okay, then afterwards I'll go ahead and connect them together. All right, so the upper neck is actually a round neck, while the down part is a sweetheart neckline. All right, so at this point now, don't forget to slant your shoulder with about half an inch. Okay, so once this is done, I will go ahead and place my net on my sewing machine to sew and turn. All right, I'll be using my plain net now to place on top of the beaded one, the one that has a little bead on it. Then I will go ahead and sew it all up. Meanwhile, the bead actually, the bead should be facing up, while the plain net should just cover it, so that after sewing you have to turn it all over, then you still maintain your the front of our net. Okay, since it already has a little bead on it. All right, so we just have to sew this gently, since we are actually dealing with the net. Sew it gently, okay. So this is it. So at this point now, go ahead and stitch, then take the excess thread out. All right, we'll take out the excess thread on both sides. Then afterwards, we'll go ahead and notch the neckline. We won't be leaving it like that. We'll go ahead and notch the neckline just little by little. All right, while notching, you have to be very careful so that the scissors will not run over and cut the wrong side, the right side of the net. All right, so you just have to give a little bit of the notch. All right, afterwards you turn it all up, then top stitch on the down part. Okay, you just turn it all up. Okay, ensure that they are actually very equal at the down part. That's why we got exactly the same shape of the net. So this is it. Okay, if any bead is actually obstructing, you can go ahead and take it all out. You can go ahead and remove it so that it will permit you to sew. So once we get to the tip of the middle side, we'll go ahead and turn our sewing. We'll turn it to the other side of the sewing machine and sew. We really need to get exactly the shape of this yoke, all right, to enable us get exactly what we want for our yoke. I'm so sorry, my fan is on. I left my fan on, so it's actually obstructing what I'm doing. So at this point now, we'll go ahead and sew to the end, then take off the excess thread out. Okay, at this point now, go ahead and insert the yoke to our bustier. We already have our bustier ready. All right, to know if you want to know how to make this bustier, I've dropped this video on my YouTube channel. Please kindly check and follow up. Okay, so I'll just have to pin. You can use a pin to secure it. That's the middle side to the middle side. They should actually face each other. Okay, then we'll turn it, I'll just take off the pin and turn my net to the other side, but the middle point needs to actually face the middle point. All right, then I will be using my pin to secure it this time. Then I will place the net and take exactly the shape of the bustier, because the yoke himself already has the shape of the downside of the bustier, the neckline of the bustier. All right, because it's actually from there we drafted out the yoke. So if that is done, and I've already have my lining, what I'll be using to turn the neckline, I've joined it already, exactly the shape of the neckline of the bustier. So I'll just use my pin to actually secure the middle part of this to the middle part, because it has to really align together. Okay, so once that is done, I'll go ahead and sew from this point, from this beginning side, with about 1/2 inch. I won't take more than that, okay? Because remember, the allowance I added for my yoke is actually not up to 1 inch. So I won't take more than that. So I'll be using 1/2 inch to sew. All right, while I sew, if I notice my machine wants to sew any needle and pin, I'll go ahead and take it out. Then sew gradually. All right, so once I approach that middle part, I will sew it gradually to get exactly the shape I want. Okay, ensure you give in your best in this. All right, so I'll go ahead and turn it to the other side. Right, I'll go ahead and turn my bustier to the other side. I'll go ahead and turn it up to just fold it a little bit backward to your side. Then you go ahead and sew the other side. Okay, all right, so this is it. All right, so while I sew, I have my yoke in between my bustier and in between my lining. All right, so you have to work with the three of them. No one should be left behind. Okay, so this is exactly how to perfectly sew a neat yoke to attach it. Okay, so at this point now, I'm not leaving it that way. I'll go ahead and locate the middle part, that side I have a cover, and give it a nice notch, a little of it, not too much, so you won't make a mistake and sew and cut in between your fabric. So I'll go ahead and top stitch on my lining part, leaving my yoke and my main bustier together while I top stitch only on the lining. Right, then I will turn my machine to the other side and take exactly the neckline. Okay, so this is it. So once I approach at the other side of the end side, I'll go ahead and stitch. Alright, so if you find this video very helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to turn up your notification button. Don't also forget to comment in the comment section. Okay, so this is what we have. This is how it looks like for now. So we'll go ahead and give it a nice press. Please ensure you iron it, okay? It will help it come out perfectly, to help it come out well. All right, so this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. Very perfect and very fine. All right, so this is the final look of it. This is how it looks like on our dress. Looking very neat. We've ironed it, and this is it. All right, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, see you next time in my next video. Don't also forget to turn up your notification button, so whenever we drop new videos you will get notifications and follow up. All right, see you next time. Bye.